car, handcuffed. And that's what happened last night.
The police kicked in the door, shot him twice in the chest, and he died.
Before you knew it, we had 500 families. We had over 100 volunteers calling us. We were on the phone constantly.
And I can't get it. And I got one police department telling me they don't know who's in charge. I got another police department here. Everybody's got a gun, and nobody knows who's in charge. Did anybody figure out who's in charge yet? Is there anybody in charge here? Any police officer in charge? Are you in charge? I can't find anybody in charge. That's the problem.
All right. So tomorrow night, we're going to come back and we are going to have NJRR live again, as we do every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and as we did when we were New Jersey Revolution Radio, but we're not New Jersey Revolution Radio anymore. We're Revolution Radio, but we had to come up with someone for NJ. So we actually did come up with something for NJRR Live. So it's staying NJRR Live every Wednesday night right here at 8 p.m. on the Revolution Radio Network, brought to you by members of our editorial board. They will be having a panel, some of us editorial board members, and you are welcome to join us on that stream. Christian Perez will be hosting it, as well as some others discussing Biden's first few days in office, and especially surrounding his executive orders. One of the things, of course, we've noticed today, and one of the stories we have been following very carefully here at Revolution Radio, is the situations going on across the country in our ICE detention camps. And there was news out of that. A federal judge in Texas put a stop to Biden's stop to deportations. And for the next 2 weeks, deportations will continue under Trump's executive orders, even though Joe Biden wanted them stopped because of some judge saying that he created irreparable harm by having to take care of people. It's a really sick situation. This country remains really, really sick, even though we have a new president. We're going to talk about that. Plus, we want to talk about our big checks coming in. If you're a member of the editorial board and you're watching this, I haven't been able to get out to everybody. I know that. I'm going to send you all an email soon. Don't worry. But just so you, if you aren't on the editorial board and you've been paying attention, we let President Biden in. He said he would at first he said we were getting $2,000 checks, but I said no, there's no way we're going to get that. So I've allowed our editorial board members to jump in here, and Bennett Zarofsky, of course, attorney at law, great guy. Figured we would get the $1,400 promised after the election. Christian Perez, of course, Modernity and Absurdity fame, and our professor here, has said we will get ultimately $1,200. And I myself here, I actually came in. I already put it on the record that I think we would get $800. But if I had to take it, that bet was made right after the inauguration, maybe a couple of minutes after or whatever. But I will tell you, if I had to make that bet today again, I would change it and I would make it $0, because that's what I expect out of this administration, given Biden's overwhelming ability to negotiate against himself so far. Has been really impressive. So looking forward to seeing who wins that. And of course, e-board members, you out there, you haven't put in your bet, please call me. Already Bennett's out of it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking that he was getting the truth out of Biden this early. Christian's being optimistic, and I think actually at this point 800 may have been overly optimistic on my point. So we're going to talk about that. Also, the big stuff coming out on the left, of course, this Bugaloo movement, trying to reach out to the left through other, podcasts and stuff like that. Well, the first time I heard a guy trying to outreach to the left from that movement, I wanted to know what Daryle Lamont-Jenkins from the Idavox project and One People's Project and Idavox thinks about this. And he said, I got a lot of thoughts on it, and we need to do an Idavox report about it. And if you haven't seen the Idavox report yet, it is Daryle's 30 years of work going into making sure that white supremacists and groups on the right, like the Bugaloo Boys, the Oath Keepers, neo-Nazi and Confederate sympathizers, are exposed to the light of day. And Daryle knows more about this on anybody, so I'm definitely not going to give you my opinion on what I saw until we've heard from Daryle Lamont-Jenkins and the new program here on Revolution Radio. Check it out. Get ready Wednesday night for another episode of the Idavox Report. We'll see you then, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time across the Revolution Radio Network. We'll see you then. Solidarity.